70s and 80s as a farmer entrepreneur. Every time he accumulates more capital, and he was a very good farmer and businessman, he buys more acreage. So eventually their land holdings extend down this valley and over the hill on the other side and up to Howard Chapel Road and across Howard Chapel Road. His oldest son, John, gets settled on a new farmstead right on Howard Chapel Road. And Enoch George and his oldest son, John, established the Howard Chapel for their own family and the broader free black community that had, after emancipation, come together around the little hamlet of Unity that we passed through on the drive over here. So Howard Chapel serves the family and the community. They're committed to education to uplift their people. So they offer to donate land across the street from the Capitol to the Montgomery County School Board on the condition that the county builds a public school for the black children of the district, which they do. So they found a chapel, a faith community, they found a school to educate the community. Enoch George passes away in the 1890s, and his lands are divided among his surviving children. John is already settled on his farm. Greenberry, a younger son, is in this house. They probably built this house for Greenberry around 1870, and it's pretty much a mirror image of the White Planters Plantation House. They're almost exactly the same layout and footprint. So Greenberry gets settled here across the fields. John is over there. But Martha had become educated, become a young gentlewoman. She had moved or was traveling to Baltimore, and she had met Sergeant John Murphy, the veteran of the U.S. Colored Troops. And the Murphys had a dream of founding a newspaper. When her father died, she inherited about 1/3 of the original farm, and she sold those acres to her brother Greenberry, because Greenberry wanted to stay here on this land and farm it. Martha had a new life in Baltimore with her new husband. So they sold the money, and that money, according to, I believe, everything I've heard from the Murphy family lore, was the money that purchased the printing press.
They like to tell it like that.
Women folk.
So it becomes the real Baltimore Afro-American. It isn't really the Afro until the Murphys make it the Afro. So the origin of the Afro is in the sale of 1/3 of the patrimony, the legacy built by Enoch George and Harriet. And then the Afro is your story. It carries the struggle for civil rights, for black rights, to retain the franchise in Maryland, lawsuits to challenge discrimination, everyone who was anyone, W.B. Du Bois, the NAACP leadership, all coming in and out. So the story begins here and then carries through the Afro across the 20th century and down to today.